Attention! Mercedes is back and it's coming with everything for 2025. Will this be the car that ends Red Bull's dominance? Stay tuned for how the W16 has shocked the world in Australia and China. Russell leads the charge, Antonelli surprises, and the radical changes to the car have left more than a few with their mouths open. If you're a Formula One fan, this video is for you. Let's analyze it. Do you think Mercedes can fight for the title this year? Mercedes has ushered in a new era in Formula One with the introduction of its W16 car for the 2025 season. After a series of difficult years, the German team has decided to make a radical change, starting with the design and philosophy of its car. The W16 is not just an evolution of the W15, but a complete overhaul, aiming to regain the dominance it enjoyed between 2014 and 2021. One of the W16's most striking features is its new aerodynamics, which draw inspiration from its most successful competitors. The side pods, one of the car's most critical parts, have been more aggressively redesigned, adopting solutions similar to those Aston Martin used on its single-seaters in 2024. This is due to a strategic shift to improve engine cooling and optimize aerodynamic efficiency. Mercedes has also improved the rear of the car, adopting a rear suspension similar to the one implemented by Aston Martin, which promises greater stability and improved performance in fast corners. On the other hand, the W16's front suspension is completely new and clearly inspired by the Red Bull design, considered one of the most competitive cars in recent years. This modification aims to improve the car's responsiveness in slow corners, one of the W15's main weaknesses. James Allison, Mercedes technical director, explained that one of the most persistent problems in previous seasons was the car's lack of agility in slow corners, which resulted in significant time losses during races. With the new W16, they hope to eliminate these flaws and provide drivers with a more direct and precise feeling behind the wheel. The front wing has also undergone significant modifications. Although the overall design follows a similar line to previous years, the junction between the nose and the main wing has changed. This modification may seem subtle, but it has a significant impact on the direction of airflow toward the rear of the car, improving stability at high speeds and aiding aerodynamic management throughout the lap. In addition to these aerodynamic improvements, Mercedes has also worked on the car's thermal management, which has been another weak point in recent seasons. The team has implemented new solutions to prevent performance loss when the tires don't reach optimal temperature or when weather conditions change during the race weekend. These modifications include a completely redesigned floor that improves overall aerodynamics and a shark fin engine cover, which seeks to optimize airflow around the car and ensure more consistent performance at all times. This innovative approach is complemented by the use of more advanced materials, such as a sustainable carbon fiber composite. This material not only improves performance in terms of weight and stiffness, but also aligns with Formula One's goals of reducing the carbon footprint of single-seaters. Mercedes has been one of the pioneering teams in this regard, adopting a more environmentally friendly approach without compromising the competitiveness of its car. In short, the W16's revolution is not only based on improving aerodynamics and suspension, but on a comprehensive approach that combines sustainability, performance, and technical precision. Mercedes has identified its weaknesses and worked on specific solutions to overcome them, which could put it back in the championship fight, regaining the ground it has lost in recent years. With this new car, the team is not only looking to improve, but also to transform its approach toward a new era of success in Formula One. The 2025 Australian Grand Prix marked the season opener for Mercedes and was presented as a crucial test to measure the team's progress following a complete restructuring of its W16 car. The race weekend at the Albert Park circuit was unpredictable, with changing weather conditions testing the team's ability to quickly adapt to new circumstances. It was precisely there that Mercedes demonstrated its ability to execute a perfect strategy, allowing them to secure a total of 27 points and a solid start in the championship fight. From the start of the race, strategy was key. On lap 12, with weather conditions changing and rain falling, Mercedes opted to bring forward its pit stop to switch to intermediate tires, a move that would later prove crucial. While other teams, such as Red Bull and Ferrari, decided to wait longer to make the change, Mercedes relied on a more accurate reading of the conditions and weather, allowing them to gain positions when the track began to get wet and intermediate tires became the appropriate choice. This tactic not only highlighted the German team's quick assessment of the situation but also the driver's ability to make the most of the strategy. George Russell, who led the team in this Grand Prix, demonstrated his ability to maintain control and manage the tires efficiently throughout the race. Although the decision to switch to intermediates at the time seemed risky, it proved to be a calculated and decisive move that allowed them to maintain optimal performance while others struggled to find the right pace on dry tires. On the other hand, rookie Andrea Kimi Antonelli, although he didn't achieve an ideal result from the start, showed impressive maturity throughout the race. After a complicated qualifying that left him in the back of the field, the young Italian demonstrated that his talent isn't affected by setbacks. In difficult conditions such as rain and heavy traffic, Antonelli managed to stay calm and work on his strategy to advance. He was able to fight his way through the field, capitalizing on other drivers' mistakes and demonstrating his ability to adapt quickly. His patience and focus during the race were evident as he overtook several rivals and finished in fourth place, after an initial penalty was overturned following team intervention and new evidence submitted to the FIA. Mercedes' strategy focused not only on pit stops but also on managing key moments in the race, such as changes in track conditions. Real-time decision-making was essential to ensure the team didn't lose any advantage on critical laps, and the Mercedes engineers' ability to communicate effectively with the drivers also played a significant role in this success. In times of uncertainty, such as those brought on by the changing weather, Mercedes demonstrated its ability to react and adjust quickly to the conditions, allowing them to maximize their performance and take advantage of the opportunities that presented themselves. In short, the Australian Grand Prix not only highlighted Mercedes' technical and strategic quality, but also the growth of its drivers, especially Antonelli, who, despite being a rookie, demonstrated why he was chosen to take a place in Formula One with a team of Mercedes caliber. With an impeccable strategy and solid performances from both drivers, Mercedes demonstrated that, despite previous challenges, it was ready to compete at the highest level in 2025. This result in Australia sent a clear signal that Mercedes could be regaining its position as one of the strongest contenders on the grid. The 2025 Chinese Grand Prix was a pivotal weekend for Mercedes, and in particular for George Russell, who secured an impressive third-place finish in the race, further cementing his role as team leader. This result reflected not only his driving prowess but also the progress Mercedes had made with the W16, a car that, after the struggles of recent seasons, seemed to have found its rhythm on a challenging circuit like Shanghai. One of the keys to Russell's success in China was his race strategy. From the opening laps, the Briton identified a strategic opportunity that could make the difference: a single pit stop. Unlike many of his rivals who opted to make double stops due to tire wear, Russell took a more conservative but equally risky approach. His prediction that a single stop would be sufficient at the Chinese Grand Prix proved to be a wise move. With proper tire management and an excellent reading of the track conditions, Russell was able to remain competitive throughout the race, while other drivers such as Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris were unable to sustain their pace after their additional stops. Russell was not only strategic in his approach to pit stops, but also showed great skill in managing tire wear on a circuit where degradation is crucial. Throughout the race, the Briton managed to effectively balance speed and tire conservation, allowing him to maintain a good pace without losing too much competitiveness. Throughout the second half of the race, despite constant pressure from drivers like Leclerc, who had performed very strongly in the initial phase of the race, Russell was able to intelligently defend his position, staying calm and executing key maneuvers to secure his place on the podium. This third-place finish was a reflection not only of Russell's talent, but also of Mercedes' ability to effectively adjust its car to the demands of the Shanghai circuit. Throughout the weekend, the German team had worked on the W16 setup to maximize grip and stability in the circuit's braking zones and fast corners. The consistent performance of Russell's car was a clear sign that the improvements made by Mercedes were paying off, especially at a circuit that has been difficult for many teams. One of the most notable moments of the race was the intense battle in the opening laps, where Russell had to fight to stay at the front of the field. As drivers jostled for position, Russell's tactical decisions demonstrated his experience and meticulous approach. When pit stops began to play a pivotal role in the dynamics of the race, his ability to successfully make a single tire change while other drivers underwent more double stops allowed him to move up into key positions, ultimately leading to his third-place finish. At the end of the race, Russell was extremely pleased with his performance, describing this weekend in Shanghai as one of his best in terms of overall performance. His ability to adapt to track conditions, make sound decisions under pressure, and maintain a consistent pace throughout the race put him on the podium, an achievement that further solidified his status as one of the standout drivers of the 2025 season. The result in China also reflected Mercedes' progress as a team. After years of struggle, The German team had demonstrated that its development efforts and the new philosophy adopted for the W16 were beginning to bear fruit. With a more balanced car and meticulous strategy, Mercedes established itself as a serious contender for the championship, and Russell's podium finish sent a clear message to the competition. The Brackley-based team is not only back, but ready to fight for wins and podiums for the remainder of the season. The Mercedes W16 is the result of a thorough technical review and a renewed focus on developing its car for the 2025 season. Aiming to regain the dominance the German team enjoyed for much of the past decade, Mercedes has implemented several key innovations that not only seek to improve the car's performance but also optimize its sustainability. These modifications range from aerodynamic improvements to advances in the materials used, marking a significant step toward a more competitive future. One of the most notable innovations in the W16 is its aerodynamic design, which has been completely revamped to improve efficiency on different types of circuits. Mercedes has redesigned the car's side pods more aggressively, adopting a configuration similar to that used by Aston Martin in 2024. This change seeks to optimize engine cooling, one of the key areas for maintaining consistent performance over the long distances of the race. The new side pods allow for more efficient airflow to the engine and cooling areas, improving the car's thermal stability and, consequently, reliability and performance in long-distance races. In addition, Mercedes has made significant modifications to the suspension. The W16's rear suspension follows a similar design to that used by Aston Martin on its single-seaters, offering greater stability in fast corners and improved traction at high speeds. This modification is especially crucial on circuits where grip management in fast and medium-speed corners is critical to maintaining optimal performance. Meanwhile, the front suspension is completely new and inspired by the successful Red Bull design. This improvement is primarily intended to improve the car's agility in slow corners, one of the W15's most notable weaknesses. By providing more predictable and stable handling in these types of corners, Mercedes hopes to reduce time losses in key sections of the circuit. The front wing has also undergone a revision. Although the overall design retains many similarities with previous years, the way the nose connects to the wing has changed. This alteration, although seemingly minor, has a direct impact on the car's aerodynamics. The new configuration allows for more efficient airflow to the rest of the car, helping to improve overall downforce, especially in higher speed areas. By optimizing this critical part of the car, Mercedes hopes to achieve greater stability on long straights and improve traction in fast corners. Regarding tire development, Mercedes has made advances in thermal management to prevent the fluctuations in tire performance that plague the W15. One of the persistent problems in recent seasons was the inability to maintain the tires at optimal temperature during different phases of the race. This led to uneven wear and less consistent performance. To address this, the team introduced a new configuration to the car's floor, which not only improves aerodynamics but also promotes a more balanced weight distribution, helping to maintain a more stable tire temperature. Another of the most important innovations of the W16 relates to the materials used in its construction. Mercedes has adopted a sustainable carbon fiber composite that makes up around 75% of the car. This initiative has two clear objectives. On the one hand, to reduce the car's weight without compromising its structural rigidity. On the other, to align Mercedes with Formula One's global efforts to reduce the carbon footprint of single-seaters. This sustainable carbon fiber is a significant advance not only in terms of performance but also in terms of sustainability, an aspect that increasingly plays an important role in the technological development of elite motorsport. In addition to these modifications, Mercedes has focused its efforts on reliability. Consistency issues in previous seasons, particularly related to temperature changes during different sessions of a race weekend, were addressed through the implementation of a more efficient cooling system and further optimization of suspension and aerodynamic settings according to track conditions. These improvements were designed to ensure the car can perform at its best throughout the duration of the race, unaffected by external factors such as temperature fluctuations or changing weather conditions. In short, the W16 is a car that reflects Mercedes' commitment to technical innovation and sustainability. The modifications may cover all key aspects of a Formula One single-seater, from aerodynamics to thermal management and the use of advanced materials. With these improvements, Mercedes is not only looking to regain its competitiveness, but also to take a step toward a more sustainable and balanced future in the world of Formula One. If these innovations continue to prove effective on the track, the German team could once again become one of the strongest contenders on the grid. The start of the 2025 season has been a clear indication that Mercedes is on track to regain its place among the top teams in Formula One. With a completely revamped W16 car and technical improvements that make it more competitive than ever, the team has shown that it is ready to fight for podium finishes and possibly victories in upcoming Grand Prix. However, what lies ahead for Mercedes in the second half of the season will be an even greater test, as it must continue to outperform its strongest competitors, such as Red Bull and McLaren, who have shown impressive competitiveness in recent years. One of the keys to Mercedes staying in the championship fight will be the constant evolution of the W16. Although it has already achieved a number of important improvements, the team knows it cannot fall behind in such a competitive championship. The development of the car, both in terms of aerodynamics and tire management and reliability, will be crucial to ensure Mercedes can maintain the performance it has shown in the first Grand Prix. Each race will offer new opportunities to implement small improvements, adapting to the characteristics of each circuit. The performance of the drivers will be another decisive factor. George Russell has proven to be a natural leader for the team, displaying great maturity and the ability to make key strategic decisions during races. His ability to adapt to different situations, as demonstrated in China with his successful one-stop strategy, will be crucial if Mercedes wants to be in the title fight. Furthermore, the growth of Andrea Kimi Antonelli will be an important factor. Although he is still in his first year, his talent is undeniable, and if he continues to develop at this pace, he could become a key player in Mercedes' future aspirations. With all this in mind, the upcoming races will be a true test for Mercedes. Circuits like Imola, Barcelona, and Silverstone will test both the W16's reliability and the driver's ability to maximize the car's performance in different conditions. Mercedes will need to continue adjusting its race strategy, not only to keep up with the competition, but also to stay ahead of potential unforeseen events that may arise during testing and qualifying sessions. One of the biggest challenges for Mercedes will be consistency. In the past, the team has struggled to maintain consistent performance throughout the season, and this will be one of the areas for improvement in 2025. If the team can maintain the pace of development and avoid the performance dips that have plagued other teams, as happened in 2024, they could be in a position to challenge for the Constructors' and Drivers' titles. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes is in an enviable position to challenge McLaren and Red Bull. The early signs are promising, and the team has shown it has the ability to be among the best, but it will need to continue working hard to ensure every part of the car is optimized to the fullest. As the season progresses, the gaps between the teams will narrow, and every point at every race will be more valuable than ever. In short, what lies ahead for Mercedes in 2025 will be a season full of challenges, but also opportunities. With a car that appears to be on the right path and two drivers who can successfully lead the team, expectations for the immediate future are high. If Mercedes can maintain the momentum and continue to improve across the board, it could be in a strong position to fight for both the drivers' and constructors' titles, and thus return to the team that dominated Formula One in previous years.